What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Soulkeep and Splinterlands content today. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I want to talk about Soulkeep, and I know there was a down haul this past Friday. I listened to it. I'll tell you right now that it was a little disappointing, but that's probably on me for getting my hopes up in terms of what the announcement I thought would be. And I wanted to do a 5 biggest takeaways, but I'll be honest, there wasn't much there. The main thing is that the team is committing to get this game out in Q2, right? So for what it's worth, they are wanting to get this out in Q2. Before you guys get all on me about like, oh, well, you know, they never deliver, blah, blah. Keep in mind, this is the first time frame we've ever been given by Double Coconut, okay? So at least not in terms of like them giving a deadline that is not tied to the Splinterlands team. So they can deliver this on their own. There's no roadblocks there and whatever, you know, drama might have been happening internally within the Splinterlands team last year. So now, with Soulkeep, they're committing to get this out in Q2, and specifically, they're trying to do the middle of Q2, which would make it about like, oh, I don't know, maybe mid-May, mid to late May. And if you think about it, right, even though I'm sitting here and I'm disappointed because I thought there'd be a release date announcement, that's kind of in line with where things are at, right? So in February, they said that they wanted to get it out in 2 to 3 months. Obviously, from February, it's looking like it's going to be 3 months, but that's well within the initial time frame that they provided us. So I don't think that we should get all crazy about this. I appreciate David, the CEO of Double Coconut, coming on and taking some time to go over things. Again, he had like this white paper in front of him that he was kind of referencing, but said that it's not ready for release yet, even though we were taking a look at it there. So hopefully more details come out, right? What the different towers are going to be, what the different spells are going to be, how many cards it's going to require to, max level and all that fun stuff. So all those details we'll hopefully get very soon. And obviously we're sitting here at the end of March, early April, depending on when you're listening to this. And we're looking at maybe 6 to 8 weeks before the game is launched. Keep in mind, he also mentioned that there will probably be some kind of beta so that people could once again test it out. So my thought process is the game actually launches in June, and the mid-May, right, the 6 to 8 weeks is probably when we'll get this open beta of all the new things that they want to add into the game, which is specifically like the daily tournaments and all that. So that is where things are at. Like I said, there wasn't enough there for me to talk about like a 5 biggest takeaways. And you can even see here in the background, I don't have this is just background. I'm not actually going to reference this because this is just an article from a while back that I probably did in a different video, but I am going to use it as a segue to say why I think Soulkeep is going to save Splinterlands. And I said this because we were live streaming during the down haul, actually. So people got to see a little bit of live reaction. You can go watch that in one of the previous live streams last Friday. So we got to live stream through it. And, halfway through, I'm just like, yes, Soulkeep is going to save Splinterlands. Now, yes, it's a provocative statement. And yes, it's clickbaity for the title that I'll probably end up using it as. But I genuinely mean it. And I don't mean it in a way to throw shade at the Splinterlands team. I definitely believe the Splinterlands team is capable of saving themselves. I think they're working on some cool stuff right now. Where things get a little dicey, though, is how quickly can the Splinterlands team save themselves, right? And how quickly are they going to be able to get all the things that they need to get out? And will it be in time for this bull run? I think that's probably the biggest question that's on everybody's mind right now. So, like I said, I have full, faith in the team. I'm enjoying the game for what it is. I have no expectations anymore of like how like Splinterlands and SPS are going to perform during the upcoming, hopefully fun, part of the bull run this summer and then later into the year. Again, I've given you my thoughts on this already. I think that probably will miss out on the summer, but that's not the end of the bull run. Hopefully we go sometime later on in the year, late Q4, early Q1 of 2025. And I think that's more than enough time for the team to get all their changes out. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Soulkeep. And like I said, this article here is a segue to why I want to talk about 2 quick things as to why I believe Soulkeep is going to save Splinterlands and maybe even be the catalyst that allows SPS to be a part of a potential summer run if that is coming sooner rather than later. And make no mistake, Bitcoin in Q1 went from 40K to 70K. We are in a bull run. We have hit a new all-time high, right? So SPS in that same time frame has gone down almost 50%. So in terms of saving SPS, in terms of saving Splinterlands right now, I would say that Soulkeep has a much better chance. Now, again, we're going to take, David and the team at their word that they're trying to get this out in Q2, which again would be, sometime mid-May to early June. Perfect time for the summer, I might add. And this article here is evidence of why I think it could actually be huge. Splinterlands released, probably Rebellion, which is, a major expansion. Major expansion for the trading card game. And then, of course, they actually launched Land, right? 1.5, a functioning version of Land. And there was no coverage, nothing, just radio silence, just nothing from any kind of major publication. Whereas Double Coconut literally just acquired the game, right? They didn't launch anything, they didn't do anything. They just acquired the game, and they're getting coverage here in gamer.gg, right? Or games.gg. They also, in another website, I think Blockchain Gamer or something like that, they also had David go on and do an interview, right? It was a written interview, but still, they have connections to the PR circuit, whatever it is. And whether they're paying for it or not, whether the Splinterlands team can pay for it, that's not what I'm trying to get at here. I'm simply saying that even if they have to pay for it, even if they have to pay top dollar for this type of PR connection and PR blast, they're doing it. And they already did it for something that wasn't even a live project. Can you imagine what kind of blast they're going to do when the game actually launches? The type of PR and press circuit and all that they're going to do when Soulkeep is actually live, hopefully within the next 6 to 8 weeks. I think it's going to be fantastic. They already are part of that circle. They're already part of that network. Games.gg is covering a bunch of other games. And I think that this is a great place for them to be because this is the type of marketing. Now, again, I'm not trying to throw shade at the Splinterlands team. Matt's goal for later this year is to actually bring on maybe a CMO, chief marketing officer, to come in and do proper marketing, right? So I fully have faith that he'll be able to find someone and that person will be able to deliver once the game is in a place that everybody feels comfortable with. But right now, we're not there, right? Right now, we're not there, but Double Coconut and Soulkeep could be within the next 6 weeks, like I said. So that is the first part, right? They have the ability to reach wider audiences, and it seems like they're well connected, which is fantastic. The other part of it, and again, I've talked about these points before, so if it sounds repetitive, it's because it is, but maybe there's new folks here, maybe you didn't listen to the previous video. The other part is the fact that they are going to go heavy into the free-to-play model, right? So they're going to have apps in the App Store for both Apple as well as Google or Google Play, and so you'll be able to go in, tell your friends about this game, check it out, they'll be able to play, rise the ranks, whatever, do it all as a free-to-play. And then, of course, if they want to jump into the blockchain side of things, I actually think Splinterlands is ahead of the game just by having credits, right? It makes it a lot easier for people to jump in, and everything seems like it's going to be interlinked, right? They've already talked about this. David reaffirmed it on the down hall where, all of the assets are going to be on Splinterlands website and Splinterlands marketplace. Everything's going to be intertwined, at least for now, right? And they even said that in the blog. So at this point, right, it's going to be easier to onboard people because not only are you going to have, blast to them, email, marketing, whatever PR blast to them, but now they can just go to the App Store, download it, and hopefully it's a well-functioning mobile game. And if they like it further, then they can go check out Splinterlands and see what it is and put credits in and buy the actual NFTs rather than just playing the free-to-play version. That to me is super clutch because we are seeing other games have success with this right now. I've been talking a lot about Parallel, which offers a free-to-play model. Heroes of Mavia is another one that offers a free-to-play model where people can just go in. And Heroes of Mavia has over 1 million downloads in the App Store, okay? 1 million downloads for a Web3 game. I think that's incredible. I'm not saying Soulkeep is going to necessarily be able to do that, but man, even if we got a fraction of that, considering how many people are in the Splinterlands ecosystem right now, and what that could do for acquiring staked SPS, for buying up assets in the ecosystem, for potentially burning DEC, all these things, right? I think all of that could be fantastic. So I'm very much looking forward to what happens with Soulkeep. It remains one of the things I'm most bullish about in this space, and specifically, when I say space, specifically like the Splinterlands ecosystem, right? Which I'll include GLX and Arcade Colony in that as well. But, the type of genre that the game is, everything else about it, and the stuff that we were talking about earlier in this video, I just think that there's a lot of potential there. So in my opinion, that's why I think Soulkeep can save Splinterlands. And maybe to be more specific, it's not save Splinterlands, but save Splinterlands this bull run, this summer bull run, whatever it is, the gaming, whatever version of DeFi summer that we have, which a lot of people think will be a gaming run or an AI run or maybe a combination of both. But hopefully summer of 2024 is going to be an exciting time. And Double Coconut and Soulkeep, I think, have the potential to push us in the right direction at the right time. That's probably the most important thing. In the right direction at the right time. So we'll see how things go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.